Hi everyone, this is Killshot 99 Gaming. This is The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 8, mid-season finale, live fan reactions. What another great episode. Watching this a couple times, it gets better and better. Really, really good storylines. And more importantly, let me just say, what a great first half of the season. We went 10, 10, 10. This might have been a little bit lower on the scale, which is fine. But I think it definitely solidified everything that we wanted in the first half of the season. Before we get too far into it, let me give a shout out to the Patreon Army. Thank you so much to the Patreon Army and also to the PDL sponsors. This is our last reaction video of 2019. So I know you guys are probably like, okay, we got to wait till February. No. We're going to be doing double shots tomorrow. We're going to be doing double shots on Tuesday. We'll do a single shot on Wednesday, and then we're going to take a couple days off, and then we're going to get back into it on Saturday and roll into December. News, predictions, theories, and a whole lot of other stuff. We're going to be right here to take you guys all the way through the holidays. Thank you so much, Kimberly M. Appreciate that super chat. She's saying, awesome first half of the season. Let me start out by just asking you guys, I'm going to go through a few of the bullet points. We will do the complete recap tomorrow. So we got a lot of good stuff to talk about still this week. So give me a number from 1 to 10. There's going to be a whole lot of numbers going to pop up. Just want to get an overall vibe. I was a 8, then an 8.5, and then I think I went to an 8.8. I'll give you guys my new modified score in just a moment. We got, Deborah's starting out with a 7. We got some 9s. 10, 9, 8. There we go. Come on. 8. A lot of 8s. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. I'm going to change my score. I went from an 8 to an 8.5 to an 8.8. I'm going to come in, and this is my final answer, a 9.0, only because I thought it was really cool that Father G got the blood on his priest collar. Watching it again, I was like, there's so many neat little clues with that. So, and we're going to talk about those tomorrow. Father G, even, the argument, it was neat the way he kind of solved the argument. It's like, okay, he wasn't listening to Rosita. She, wanted to make a point. He wasn't paying attention to his wife. And then all of a sudden, I'll just go out and kill somebody for you. And then they got along. So he kind of, real subtle way of making up. I thought that was excellent watching that. So let me ask you guys, this is a reaction video. We won't go line by line of everything that happened tonight, but we will. I think I have about 16 pages of notes. This is an all-time record. Yep, 16 pages. I want to ask you guys, most shocking thing from tonight's episode. What was, if I just ask you to react to something, was it the ending? Was it Virgil? The Michonne story? What do you guys think? And I know everybody's already, they want to go back and rewind and watch the mid-season premiere. So, yeah, I got to go back and do some research on that. So Derek says, Father G's kill, the ending. Yeah, it's like you watch this great episode and your mind already roams to what's coming out in February. Yeah, certainly the priest stabbing the person, he had to make a choice. And, I think he's tried to do the right thing and it got a little bit muddy. Absolutely. It does. Chris Reinig, the preview does look awesome, and we're going to break down that preview probably next week. Maybe on Wednesday night. But it is certainly going to ramp up. It's going to happen fast. The neat thing is when a new season starts, you got the relationships and you got the story and you got the satellite. Well, now the war's getting ready to happen and it's picking up the pace. We're not going to have time for all the filler stuff. It's going to be really, really intense. Great stuff. So a couple things that I do want to call out. Negan, a little more initiation. Saw the shirt off with Negan. I'm thinking that might be some Negan alpha bonding going on there. Gamma, I think, is legit. The fact that she's going back and telling them. I don't want to get too far into what's going to happen in February because that's going to keep us really keep us going. But in tonight's episode, how did you guys feel about Dante? Anybody a little bit sympathetic toward Dante tonight? Because I know last week everybody wanted him dead. And it is a complicated story. He had some lines that were wicked. You know, about parents eating their young. And then, you know, when he looked over Father G and said, you'd think that you would have got it when you saw the heads on the pike right before Rosita kicked him in the back. I mean, he was, he could certainly turn the switch on. What also, I didn't get a good view of the pikes, but the opening scene, maybe we can watch that again. Do you guys think that was like really almost right after the barn scene, or do you think there was a little time that lapsed in between that? It almost felt like Dante was still, it was like right after that moment. I want to scroll up to see if you could see, you know, one of the heads in the background. It was hard to tell. It was dark. I was like, you know, let me see. Is that, you know, are the heads still up there? Was it recent? No, I know how long Dante had been there. I know he'd been there for 4 months. But when Alpha walked him over to the border and he was getting ready to go there, Ruth, I'm just kind of wondering if that was like literally right after they had cut off the heads and put the heads on pikes. Just because the way he seemed like something had just went down. Yeah, you know, just trying to get little bits and pieces of it to kind of, you know, once you watch it a few times. We will do some Easter eggs tomorrow too. I think there's some good call outs. So we discussed this a little bit in one of the spoiler streams. Did you guys think Gamma watching Carol through the woods, or was that Alpha the whole time? Because at first I thought it was Gamma, then I thought it was Alpha, and now that Gamma goes back and reports that she knows they're trapped, I'm almost thinking it's Gamma again. Just the tree vision. So we see Michonne wearing kind of that cape. I got to be honest. I got to break down over and over again that mid-season premiere because there's some good stuff going on in that. I don't even want to speculate. I don't want to speculate, you know, if she's going to get the weapons back or, you know, how all that interaction is going to go down. We'll focus on some of the storylines here. That mine shaft, that cave that they fell in. You guys want to go out on a limb here and pick any of this group up on the screen right now that might not make it? You know, there are the Connie Kelly rumors. So I guess if we were just speculating, I would probably say Kelly. But with the, you know, rumors that are out there, one of them has to sacrifice. That's the only way they're going to get out. You guys know that. I mean, I feel like they could, I don't know. There's got to be a way you get on somebody's shoulders and pull yourself up or something. 2 or 3 people. I mean, you can climb up 18, 20 feet. But Daryl was rolling quite a bit. Yeah, I mean, we touched on the Gamma, whether Gamma's being straight up or not. She could still be tricking them. The paranoia is still running rampant with everybody. That's for sure. I'm going to get to a couple more bullet points here. So, let me get your reactions to the Zeke Carol story. No one has told Carol about Ezekiel. He's still out there. He didn't go with them. Thoughts on Ezekiel? I mean, what did you guys feel like Ezekiel just kind of staying back at a distance? I mean, he asked, do you need my help? She's like, no. That seemed a little, like at some point, Ezekiel's got to put his foot down and just go. We got CPH Mail. Didn't Virgil's bag look like the famous cursed bag that our group had? Yes, it did. The backpack that makes it through all these scenes. It's the orange backpack. Now, I guess, Mel, my bigger question is, what happened to Virgil's boat? Now, I don't think, clearly, he's not like one lone whisperer out there. But I just want to know where his boat is. I want to hear the rest of that story. That seemed a little odd to me. I'm here. He's there. He's getting books. And he needs to steal a boat. Where's your damn boat? Books. Yeah. Well, Joseph, the storm might have broke it, but you're Michonne, and you're talking about how you got to vet people better. Like, we haven't let anybody in since the fire. Well, Dante's been there after the fire. Well, okay, that's fine, but follow your own advice. Virgil, you need to get back. By the way, what happened to your boat? How did you get here? Especially before getting on a boat with him. Robin Vance says, I'm glad Gabriel killed Dante. The episode was not as good as I'd hoped it would be. Carol is losing it. So, Robin, when I watched it the first time going over the spoilers, I think I was right there as well. I was like, it was good. It was good enough. And I initially gave it an 8. But when I watched it again and looked over a couple of scenes again, I didn't give it a 10. But I do have to tell you, they didn't do anything for me to take away from the season. I thought this season had already established itself in my mind as the best. We went through a recap of a lot of things that happened, and for fear of this death and this spoiler, I got no problem with it. I got no problem with it because I think it wasn't like this crazy, you can't live without knowing cliffhanger. People are stuck in a cave. Michonne is sailing to a naval base. We don't know what's going on with that. I do have some concerns, though, that Judas going back, they're a couple of days behind. But I like the story. So LA Flame says, or La Flame, this is not the best season ever. So a couple people have said that, but Flame, according to Rotten Tomatoes, it is the best season ever. According to critics, it is the best season ever. And I would say there might have been episodes that are better, but it's going to be tough to stack season after season against this season. And I will tell you, our audience individually have given these episodes some of the best episodes ever, or some of the best scores ever, especially the last 4 weeks. Ecom, super excited for 10 BR Ready. Looks like Judith replaced Daryl's wing. Want to see Uncle Daryl develop more of a relationship with Judith. Well, Ecom, I don't know that you're going to get to see that until much, much later on. Because think about this. When Judith gets back, and we see Beta, just from the trailer, the teaser, we see Beta jumping in. What you guys think about the whisper at Coco? Is Coco getting kidnapped? That's going to send Rosita I hope she's not freaking out. Well, I guess I kind of hope she's freaking out. Who said Mercy's speech that Michonne told Victor about? Sadiq said it, and then Rick said it when Carl died. So I thought it was a nice touch. Mariah? No, it wasn't Rick initially. Initially, it was Sadiq. Pretty famous. If Rick comes back, will Virgil be the next Shane? Rick's not coming back. Yeah, it was just a buzzword. I mean, it's interesting, though, that all three of them, and I'm not saying Virgil is tied into that story, but it was just interesting that they're all three gone. Maybe Mercy is not a recipe for success in the zombie apocalypse. It is a little surprising it's taken our group so long. I do like that Rosita referenced Dante and said, maybe he's right. We're not as strong as we think we are. I felt like with that, and we'll use that as an Easter egg, that'd be a good platform for us to drive throughout the week. So my question is, was Dante successful? Is Dante's job done? Well, it seems like a lot of people got sick. A lot of people are looking over their shoulder. I mean, he said he was just trying to spread the paranoia. And if he's done that and the group's still having some flashbacks and there's some difficulty, then think about it like this. At a minimum, Dante's one person. So we know for a fact Dante's already killed at least two. Cheryl and Sadiq. So we've already got a 2-for-1 special. The permanent damage that Dante's done to other people probably can't be measured just yet. So, I mean, I think from that perspective, Alpha doesn't care. She got exactly what she wanted. And that, you're right, BMAC. But it was also neat that when they were interrogating Dante, he said, well, you guys were using me as well. I got to tell you, of all the characters that are out there, Dante for me is one of the toughest to figure out. Because it's so easy when you have good versus evil. But then you got Dante with, did he really suffer from PTSD? Did he really have a son? Was he really trying? All of those things. And what hit home for me was he didn't want to kill Sadiq. So he wanted to do all these evil things, but he didn't want to kill Sadiq. And I'm not sympathizing with him. I'm just trying to relate and understand, because I don't know of another character on the show that is like Dante. So Jesus Marin says, I just don't understand how Alpha is able to control Dante unless she can brainwash him. Different methods for different people. Negan had his way. And I think the one thing you see of these villains is it always comes down to a show of power. The governor could be fairly normal at times and then show of power. Negan could be fairly normal. Same thing. Alpha does have that side to her. But if there is a definition of a cult leader, it is Alpha. I mean, Alpha has the ability to relate and to frighten you and to make you think there's no other path. And in some cases, I guess, if you're out there and you're starving and you've experienced all of it, maybe this is all they have left. Reese, I've seen that a couple times. So Reese Nevin says, Kills have a theory that Ezekiel will make it to Commonwealth. That's where he'll be treated. Reese, we talked about that maybe a few weeks ago. And it could happen. And I do like Kari Payton and I do like Ezekiel. But I do think it's a weak storyline for Ezekiel. If Ezekiel doesn't get in the mix and Ezekiel doesn't help Carol and Ezekiel doesn't go out guns a-blazing. Now, if he does those things and survive and then ends up in Commonwealth, okay. But if for some reason he's kind of left out of the conversation, awfully, awfully weak for the king. Just my thoughts. David Buzz, do you think Negan will kill anyone at the Whisper Camp? I think Negan's going to kill Alpha. I still think it's going to be Negan that gets the kill. I feel like Negan's going to get the kill, and then he's going to kind of present that to Carol. Wait until Carol gets a look at this. Because I think at this point, everybody knows they're really putting the spotlight on Carol. Carol wants Alpha dead worse than any. Can I ask you guys, is there anybody that wants Alpha dead worse than Carol? Daryl's even highlighted that a couple times. He said, you want her dead so bad, you're not even thinking about yourself. So anybody that gets that final kill, it's going to be for Carol. I just don't think Carol's going to be the one to do it. Wow, a lot of energy. I want her burnt. Yeah, there's some anger and some vengeance. So, hey everybody, we're about almost 30 minutes in to our stream tonight. Actually, a little bit over 20 minutes. We're going to wind this thing down so some other people can catch the playback. I do want to say, and certainly once you guys get over and watch Talking Dead, give it your undivided attention. Do me a favor, give this video a thumbs up, and let me just say once again, I want to thank all of you guys that have been here all summer long for Fear of the Walking Dead. How many people have been here watching our streams, our bold predictions, our recaps, our reactions, all through Fear the entire season? And then we were so excited to start season 10 of The Walking Dead, and you guys were right here. Bold predictions, theories, news, everything, all throughout the first half. Let me see a show of hands. Tim Lamora, more reasons to think Carol let Negan. Absolutely. Still a strong possibility. If Carol's the one that let him out and then Negan returns the favor, I love that, Tim. Thank you for that. All right, so a ton of people have been involved, and I'm not sad by saying this. This is our last reaction video for 2019. But never fear. Tomorrow night, we're going to do a double shot. At 7 o'clock, we're going to be doing a Walking Dead theme, and at 9:30, we're going to do our complete recap. Marianne, listen to every stream. Thank you so much, Marianne. I appreciate that. Tuesday night, we will be doing double shots, 2 Walking Dead topics, and Wednesday night, we will do one. We're going to take Thursday and Friday off, and then we're going to kick back into full gear for the month of December. That means when news comes out, we're going to talk about it. When we're going to have prediction streams. We're also going to add several different things in December. We're going to do Mashup Mondays, which is going to be a mix of trivia, games, Walking Dead topics, a little bit of everything on Monday nights. Tuesday night's going to be random things in December, and Wednesday, you guys, we're pushing to do this. We're going to do What If Wednesdays, and case in point would be, what if Michonne doesn't make it back? What if Michonne, even if she does make it back, we're going to do some different hypothetical situations just to create some good conversation, some good topics. Joe Fulford super chatting it up with a double happy Thanksgiving to Kills. Thank you so much, Joe, and happy Thanksgiving to you, and happy Thanksgiving to the entire 999 Army. You guys have made it a wonderful first half of the season. Never fear, February will be just around the corner, but some of our streams are going to talk about the brand new show. And next year, there's going to be so much Walking Dead content from January all the way through, from Fear to The Walking Dead to the new series to the Rick Grimes movie news that's going to come out. We're going to cover every single bit of it. So I want to thank you guys for being here. Thanks for this reaction video. I will see you all at 7 o'clock tomorrow for a Walking Dead topic, and then at 9:30 tomorrow night for a full recap, 16 pages of notes. Go enjoy Talking Dead. I'll see you all soon. Thanks, everybody. Peace.